YouTube? We're back out here at Black Canyon. It's been like 5 weeks since we raced here. Last we raced was at Eureka, which I felt like I did pretty good. But yeah, I'm excited to be back out here. We got five cars, I think. One of the other kids moved up from box stock, so we got one more. And yeah, I'm excited to get this day going because I've been waiting around doing absolutely nothing. And yeah, let's go win. It's been a while since I've won, it feels like. So yeah, let's do this. Let's win.
get into Mason. Qualified terrible. I don't know what happened. I think I'm off on fueling a little bit. We changed fuel types. I think the ECU is not quite right. I got to pull the plug and kind of look at some things. I did not have a chance to do that yesterday. So I think my fueling's off a little bit, and I think I'm probably a little bit rich, and the motor's a little bit lazy because of it. So need to go back to the drawing board on my fuel setup. But that is what it is. So we'll learn from that, pull the plug today, kind of get a look at everything. Made a gear change from qualifying to heat race. I think we qualified second. Let's just get right into it from qualifying. So the track, if any of you guys are watching this, some of the worst officiating all night in the 250 class that I've ever seen. And goddamn it, there's 5 cars there, and we can't even run a 5-car race. So we go out to qualify. Mason was in the first group to qualify. There was only 2 of us that went out there, and they were the only 2 kids that were on time for qualifying. So 2 of the other kids were late to come to qualifying, yet they still got their time, and got to run by themselves, which the track's big enough. You can run 2 or 3 out there at a time. It's not a big deal. I don't think there's any advantage there. It's just the fact that we're letting everybody just show up whenever the hell they want. Like, what are we doing? You know, and you're saying in the driver's meeting that you wonder why we're not getting cars up here, and then you go out there and you officiate a thing like this. Like, you guys need to go back to the drawing board, review what the hell happened last night, and I'll get into some other events that happened, and figure out that people aren't going to drive the 10 to 12 hour drive up from California or wherever the hell else they might come from to come race here, when 1, it's a 1-lane racetrack that's rougher than shit, it's always around the bottom, and 2, you got piss poor officiating like that. So that's on you guys to figure out. So they go through that. There's another car, the 5th car. The guy ended up winning the race tonight, which is fine. Had a good night after this. Had a mechanical or something happen, getting ready to go out to qualify. Went to his trailer, came back, thankfully, the promoter stepped in and did not let him go qualify because he was so late. They'd already rolled up the next class. He ended up getting laps at the end for safety laps, whatever. I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but whatever. Got no time, started by the end of the heat race. Like, that was fine. Okay, so we qualified second. Definitely not our best ever qualifying. We looked good, but I think we're just way too stuck. And I think I've been fighting this off and on all year of just being way too stuck. And which is odd because the track doesn't look like it has any grip. But like, you watch our car go around and we don't wiggle, we don't do really anything. Mason's hands are very calm. So I don't know if we're bound in the center or if we're just flat out too stuck. So we'll get into that here in a minute. So coming for qualifying, thrash, change gear for the heat race because like I said, we sound stuck. We're not in our right power RPM band. So change of gear, go out, heat race, start second in the heat, running second. We go down into, well, first off, another officiating issue. Go down into one of the new girls that's running 4th or 5th, 6th thing in the fence, and right on the initial start, go yellow. And then when we go back to go green, all of a sudden it's single file restart because apparently the officials don't know how to count laps. And so now, instead of starting outside front row again and having a good shot at this thing, and again, on a 1-lane racetrack that's hard as shit to pass on, that's a big advantage to be able to at least have a shot at it from the front row. So they take that away from us. So we start second, and we're working the kid, working, getting chopped, getting, everything else. End up half spinning ourselves out off of 2. That's on us. Fall back to 3rd, run 3rd. But the officials took the thing out of our hands by single file restart. So that part sucked. So we run 3rd. Lines us up 3rd for the main event. Made a couple more changes, kind of watching what the track's doing. The 250 class is the first class out to rework, so it's always going to be, I'm not even going to say juiced up because that ain't what it is. It does have more grip than not, but they cater to the 500s like everywhere does. And so we end up running, they do track work after beginner box, and we're the first class after beginner box. And so that's just the way it goes. So we start 3rd, fall right into 3rd, race around for 3rd. End up getting in a crash with a 29 car. He goes in there, misses the bottom, half spins the thing out. Mason shoots for the gap. They crash. I look at it as a racing deal. Obviously, the other dad's pissed off. He came up and yelled at me after the fact because it happened twice. And it's like, well, dude, your kid half spins and misses the bottom, and my kid's shooting the gap. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, talk to your kid. So, and if Mason was dirty about it, I'd have called him out on being dirty about it. But when a guy misses the bottom and half spins like that, and you got a shot to try to get underneath him, take it. Every damn time. Take it. Goes back to the same thing that happened with Levi. Like, if there's an opportunity there, you take it. You fill the hole. So you got to try to capitalize on mistakes. And again, it's a product of the racetrack. We know that it's one lane around the bottom, and so every chance you get, you got to try and take it. And this is after getting chopped all night in heat race. We got chopped a couple times in the main event. Like, I told Mason after the fact, like, there was multiple times that we could have spun that kid into the infield off of 2 because he chopped us so bad. And Mason's not that kid. He's not dirty, you know, but that's another deal. So they get together. Thankfully, the car's okay. They both fire off. We go to the tail, which the first time was the right call. We go to the tail. And so we restart, run back through there, and kid does the same thing. And so miss the bottom, half spin, Mason shoots the gap, gets farther along this time, but there's still contact as that kid's trying to collect himself. There's contact, we hit, we go on, he spins out, and then they go yellow. Well, then on the ensuing restart, they put us to the tail because they say we were involved. And I raced with, not every series, but a lot of them, all across the country in a lot of different divisions, and never in my life have I seen a car that does not come to a stop under yellow get charged with the yellow and sent to the fucking tail. So I don't know what the hell these guys are doing, what the hell they're thinking, but we barely even slowed down, let alone stopped to be considered involved. So I think that's a horseshit call, and I'm glad I'm saying it on the vlog. And I told Andrew the same thing at the racetrack, that was bullshit. So again, we go to the tail, and Mason has a great restart. We fire off, we pass the new girl and that same kid, and get ourselves in third, run our way up through there. Car runs second, hits a hole in one, bounces, we get into second, and we're running on the leader. Yellow comes out, we get to the leader, and it just kind of ends up being fall leader after that. Like, we had a little bit more pace under the long green flag run, and then we went yellow. I was excited because it was going to put us right on his bumper. I thought we were going to have a shot at it, and we really didn't have a better car. Mason Martin had a better car. He won the race. Congratulations to those guys. Happy to run second after going to the back twice. But goddamn, man, like, just piss poor officiating. And I don't know who else is going to see this, but I sing Andrew's praises a lot with the effort he puts into that place and all this and that. But last night sucked. You guys had some pretty shit calls. I don't know about the other classes, but from what I saw in that class, you know, it's a 5-car class, and we can't officiate a 5-car class better than that. So pretty disappointed in that. Happy with the kids. So at the end of the night, you know, Levi wins, Mason runs second. So really strong night on that sense. I got more work to do on Mason's car. I got to figure out why that thing's so stuck. Matt and I were talking about it on the ride home last night, and I got another car in our storage unit that it's a new lower. I picked up a QRC. It's a former factory car that's got like 6 nights on it. And my lower right now has got, I think we're pushing 30 between races and practice nights, which is probably, it's 5 times longer than the factory guys run their cars. And that thing's probably tired. It probably should have got switched at the end of the year. But we've been pretty good on it. But I just, goddamn it, we're fighting something. So I want to build a new lower, or put everything on a new lower, however you want to call it. Get that thing built and go out and you know, keep working at it. So I got some other ideas. Like, I got some things done to that car that I like, but it may be hurting us now. I know it's not a bind thing. Like, my rear end is as free as I could ever imagine. I don't know if I got a break somewhere after run Redwood and how rough Redwood was a couple weeks ago. I looked as best I could, but maybe there's a hairline crack somewhere that I didn't see, and maybe that's causing it. Maybe I just got to adjust the package a little bit. So I need to go back to the drawing board a little bit on that for sure. But we're going to put it on a new lower and make sure we're not fighting an old car deal. I know I fought that before with Mason, fought it before with Levi. So I just got to pull the trigger and make that change. So that's coming for next week. And that's it. Other than that, we're good. So we're off for a couple weeks. We got a vacation planned, so looking forward to that. We got a lot of work to do yet. I got a big work week next week. Got a lot of work stuff coming up. So we'll mix all this in with that and some vacations. We go to Lake Almanor for a bit. We go into Indy. We go house hunt. I think that's after the race. So we go to Almanor for vacation, and then we're home for a little bit, race, and then we're off to Indy. So a lot of life events happening, and that's important too. So we'll keep at it, but that's how it went. And thank you guys for watching. If you're this far into the video, appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.